Welcome, my friends. Here we are on another cheap ass beer review with Dr. Dave. But remember, just because it's a cheap ass beer doesn't mean it's a bad tasting beer. Just means it didn't cost a lot of money. Now, what do we have for our cheap ass beer review today, you may ask? Well, believe it or not, we have a Bud Light. Yeah, Bud Light. Can you believe Dr. Dave's going to have a Bud Light? Well, we're going to keep an open mind about this. This is brewed by the Anheuser-Busch Brewing Company, headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri. Where this was brewed, who knows? I don't know. But it's a 16-ounce Suedo bottle. Yeah, we're going to say a Suedo bottle. It's an aluminum. And it checks in at 4.2% alcohol by volume. I don't know how many calories this is. I can't tell you the history. But I will tell you, my good friend Jay Terrio knows his history well about these types of beers. And when I say these types, I'm talking about macro lagers. Jay knows what he's talking about. I'll make sure I put a link in the description box of his channel and tell him Dr. Dave sent you. So let's put this beer over here and open it slowly. I've had bad luck with some of these beers lately. Man, they have just gone all over the place. All right, there we go. Of course, it's a screw-off cap. Now I have this glassware that I designed. Man, I'm so proud of this. Yeah, because I designed. You can't see it on the camera, I don't think, but it says Dr. Dave's Cheap Ass, and then on the bottom there, it says Beer Reviews. Yeah, I was thinking about selling them. I don't know if I could find people that were interested in it. I'd sell them. Now, this is a 16-ounce aluminum can, and we have a 14-ounce glass, so we're not going to quite fit it in there with the foam. Now, I did pour that rather aggressively because I wanted to make some foam on there for a nice presentation. Crystal clear, golden color, with a fair amount of carbonation. Nothing to write home about. Now, that head is not going to last. It's going to go down. By the way, this beer was taken out of the refrigerator right when I was doing this beer review. And that's the key to drinking any macro lager. I don't care whether it's foreign or domestic. Keep it as cold as possible until you're ready to drink it. With that said, let's get some aroma. I'm picking up a lot of grains in there, some sweet malt, but it could be the corn that's in here because almost all these macro lagers are brewed with some type of corn, and thank goodness it's not high fructose corn syrup. A lot of brewers are very particular about not using high fructose. Now you see how that foam has gone down in less than just a minute. Yeah, grainy and malty. That's what I'm picking up. So let me thank the brewers because I don't care if it's computerized or if it's hand brewed, single batch at a time. Brewing beer takes a great deal of attention and detail. Yeah, I couldn't quite get those words out there. A great deal of attention and detail. So cheers to the brewers at Anheuser-Busch and cheers to you at home. Let's drink this cheap ass beer. I get a slightly sweet taste. Nothing so sweet that it's offensive, though. I find this beer to be very inoffensive, as a matter of fact. And I don't know, I'd have to ask Jay Terrio, but I believe this is America's number one selling beer right now. I know at one time it was Miller Lite, but I think that Bud Light has eclipsed it now. Jay, let me know about that. As I've said so many times before on my beer reviews, cheap ass beer reviews, that is. If you keep this beer cold enough, you can run it over your palate and it's not a problem. You let this beer sit about 20 minutes though, and you're going to change your mind pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. Now, I would always recommend that you pour the beer out into some type of container It doesn't necessarily have to be a glass, but it could be a plastic cup because you have to release that carbonation. If you're just going to consume the beer directly from the vessel that it's sold in, you're going to get bloated mighty fast. That's why so many people get bloated and they have gas, and everybody has gas. But when you drink it right from the bottle or the can, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a real problem. You have to release that CO2. And although this doesn't have any a foam on it right now, we can make it come back in just a couple seconds. Yeah, see, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. The more you stir it, the more it'll build up. But yeah, I find this inoffensive, very inoffensive. And I'll tell you the best or worst part, depending on how you look at it. I bought this at the gas station when I was getting a fill up, right? $1.09. $1.09 for 16 ounces. So what we're going to do here is we're going to turn this calculator on, 1.09, and we're going to divide it by what? The 16 ounces, right? Uh-oh, wait a minute. Made a mistake there. 1.09, and we're going to divide it by, we're trying to multiply it. 16. So what do we have here? That's what we got per ounce. Now, we have 12-ounce standard here in the United States. 12 ounces is a beer. So you multiply that amount by 12, and there is the cost for your 12-ounce beer. So we're going to round that up to 82 cents for a 12-ounce beer. That's what makes Bud Light a cheap-ass beer. Now, I have no idea what a six-pack of Bud Light costs. They still sell them in bottles. I have no idea what a 30-pack Bud Light costs. I have no clue. All I know is that this 16 ounce was $1.09, and I've done the math, and that's what makes this a cheap ass beer. Now, this beer review has been going on for 7 minutes. Let's see how it tastes. It's still very decent. It's not offensive to me at all, but I have to stress that it must be kept cold at all times. Now, summertime is over here in Northeast Ohio, but if it were warm outside, anywhere near warm, you need a tub of ice and put those in the tub of ice. And when you're ready to drink it, you drink it straight away. You're not going to let this sit out 20 minutes because if you do, you're going to be so sorry. Yeah, and you know what? On my early beer reviews, I would let the beer sit out. I would cut the video off, and I'd come back 20 minutes later, and I would tell you how horribly sweet it was. I know that's what's going to happen with this beer, and I'm not going to do it to myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video and tell you, you know what? Just because it's a cheap ass beer doesn't necessarily mean it's a horrible beer. This is a well-crafted beer for what it is. It's designed to be inoffensive, and people can drink it with any food they want. But once it gets warm, you'll be sorry. With that said, my friends, life is short. Let's be happy. Until we meet next time, here's wishing all of you the very best of goodbyes. And as always, cheers.